Say what you want, anything you need. Walk to the edge of the world for you, 'cause I'm all about you now. About you now. Now what you see, you've been calling me. Ain't nothing that you could do to make me walk away. I gave you love, tell you that you're a star, until you see that you are. No matter how hard it's raining, I'll make it come. I hope you feel me, even when I'm gone. Through the cold and wet weather.
He's a one-man band. He does it all, and now he's gonna show us.
Tap opportunity, gets it! Off a fantastic low pass. An uneasy shot.
Keep on holding you up. I'll do anything to break you for a day.
Look at me, ridiculous shot!
I'll be there.
Big touch. That was one of those calculated.
Keep on holding you up.
And we're creeping up on that 3-minute mark. Crouton double tap, what a shot!
All right, this could be just that, and let's see how it turns out as the Gold Diggers do come away with it, and Waffles with a quick challenge there on the cheat. Ka-chow coming in as you see him go into it. You know he's hungry for this one, and he is fielding it at the mid with Haz coming up on him, but it is sent forward by Waffles, and this is going to be an interesting look as this one is just up over the wall. It's getting a touchdown, and this one is sent back out, but Ka-chow puts it on net, and just not getting as much on that hit as he would have hoped, as this one is sent back, and Ka-chow again from one end to the other, up and down the field, getting the save there.
Yeah, very back and forth game. You know, the Gold Diggers are actually coming out kind of swinging on this offensive. A very strong offensive push has been going on, and what a shot here by Ka-chow to get it down. But, you know, Blubbernut has been holding a great defensive. The ball is in a very dangerous spot, and an unfortunate bump in is going to give Ka-chow his first goal of the night here a minute in.
There is the first one here, giving them the advantage, 1-0, 4-10, and this is a very different look from the match that we had just seen, as it seemed like it took forever for either one of those teams to get a first goal in the match, but here we have one already within the first 60 seconds of the match, and this one is up on the backboard, fielded by Squiddy D, but no! Ka-chow puts it back, Kachiga.
Yeah, wow, you know, just that ball accident, you know, Squiddy. An unfortunate touch is going to just drop that down right for Ka-chow. Blubbernut is just a little bit too far forward on that one. I don't think he was expecting it. And, you know, what an early lead. You know, the Gold Diggers, they now have that cushion coming into the first minute of the game here with a 2-goal lead. Almost a 3-goal lead, maybe. But a great save there by Blubbernut, blocking the captain of Von Rabbit's shot. And you have to wonder if the Kings are going to be able to recover from this kind of early offensive.
You know, and you don't want to go down by 3 here this early, as it becomes disheartening, and it does make it harder for you to make that slow climb back. As this one is coming into the corner, Ka-chow pops this one up, and he is getting looked at by Haz as Blubbernut goes to challenge, but he's not able to as Haz was there. Von Rabbit coming in, pushing this one. It's skied high. Is anybody there to put this one down on net? Is Blubbernut? No, as he is not able to get the touch. Waffles pushing this one forward with a great 50 by Ka-chow, meeting Squid, and he puts this one up, and that one, oh, looked all but certain to go in. What a save by the captain twice!
Yeah, Blubbernut's definitely showing himself leading the Kings, as he always does out here tonight. I just wanted to say, I like the matching cards here from Ka-chow and Waffles. You know, definitely shows that this team is having a lot of fun, and they're definitely getting along together well, which I think is, you know, working very well for them. They do seem to be running a very good chemistry together. They're definitely working well, at least out here on the field.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a very different look for the Gold Diggers here, as last season they were the second to last team in the standings, you know, and they definitely want to come out with this season and put a stamp mark on this and say, like, we're a different team. We're better than we were last season, and we're going to prove to you why. And they were doing a great job here tonight, starting off with these 2 goals on the King. I mean, 3 goals on the Kings, as Ka-chow is able to already get a hat trick 2.5 minutes into this one.
Yeah, what a shot there. Very similar to a dribble we saw earlier in the night by Mr. Rebel. You know, he kind of just was able to bounce that around Blubbernut very, very easily. He was very, slow and patient with that, and that worked very well for him. With, only half the game left, 2 minutes 30, the Kings are kind of running out of time for an offensive, and what a shot by Kachow, just showing up right when he needs to be there, taking perfect advantage of this kind of still ball left here by Blubbernut. An unfortunate touch, a little bit too light, is going to give to Gold Diggers a 4-goal lead coming into the first half of this game.
If he keeps going at this pace, we could see a 12-goal performance from Kachow, and we are not even done with the second or third minute of this match. We still have 2 minutes here left to go, and he already has 4 to encapsulate what's been a great performance to start so far. As he is fielding this one through the corner, he puts this one down, and it is coming across. Squiddy D able to get the pinch, but this is now coming back as I believe Waffles was able to get a nice touch there. Von Rabbit pushing it forward. Squiddy D meeting for the challenge. The Kings, they need something here as Squid, it gets just that something, but demoed as the something happens.
Yeah, Kachow is definitely showing himself to be a great addition to the Gold Diggers. Definitely showing himself very well. He's definitely working very hard to try to get to that playoffs dream that we were talking about earlier. But what a demo by Squiddy to get Kachow out of the equation. There's only 2 left. He looks for the center. It's almost there, but Von Rabbit with a great clear and no Kings to really kind of pressure that. I think the Kings really have to up their offensive here. It looks like they're only really keeping 2 players up at a time, and I think that they're just giving the Gold Diggers too much time to kind of read what's going on. But what a shot by Waffles! Almost in. He wanted that one. That was a great shot he put on. Unfortunately, that just could not go in.
Pardon my reactive noises as I saw that one coming. I just saw that great play developing, and oh man, the post just not allowing for that one to go in as Von Rabbit, the captain, is able to clear the net again, but Haz is popping this one forward. It's across the net. Kachow gets bumped by his teammate. Haz is still on the ball. This is looking like an opportunity. Squid is there. Kachow sending it wide. Von Rabbit demoed on the wall by Blubbernut. Little captain-on-captain violence there as they are able to keep this ball cleared out of that offensive, because that was looking like the Kings were getting some momentum here in this one.
Yeah, it looks like right now the Kings are just trying to get one for the road, going into the next game, trying to pick up that momentum. And, you have to wonder what they're going to do to kind of change this. Do you think we'll be seeing any kind of butcher action coming into the second game?
You gotta wonder if they might feel like maybe the 4 goals Kachow was able to pop was a fluke, and they may just try to go with that same formation, because again, this formation was what was so successful for them last week in the sweep, and we have double zeros on the clock, and that'll do it for game 1. And on the tails of a great performance by Kachow in the first game, they were able to take that one away, and the Gold Diggers, with how dominant they were offensively, they were able to just stay so close in the statistic category. The game wasn't that separated.
No, it wasn't. And, if we look at the stats here, the Kings definitely pinned on offense. 5 saves here to Blubbernut is a crazy amount. But if we look at the shots, the Kings only have 3 shots total compared to the Gold Diggers, which have, I believe, 14 shots, which is a ridiculous amount. And, with Kachow getting the hat trick and 4 goals, the Gold Diggers definitely, kind of maintaining the offensive pressure throughout that whole game. I think the Kings, they have to kind of up their offensive, push a little bit more aggressively, get more shots, and just keep hammering at the defensive, and eventually it'll break, allowing them room for a goal.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think exactly what you were just saying is going to be the biggest thing. But they do need to be a little more aggressive. You got to have a closer second man there, and you have to have a first man who's willing to take possession. You really don't want to be booming the ball away. You want to be able to secure that possession and make the other team come to you and challenge for the 50, or push it to them and do just the same. And it might just open up some more scoring opportunities for them. And we have face-off here in game 2, and it's going to be Kachow versus Blubbernut, with Waffles coming in on the cheat. But Von Rabbit is up. Can he secure this one? It was looking pretty, and he's not able to as it was sent wide.
Yeah, and, this is looking very similar to last game with an early lead by the Gold Diggers. They seem to have complete control over this ball. The Kings keep, kind of losing the control and just kind of giving it away, unfortunately. But a decent setup here is not received by the Kings because no one is there to collect. And this is almost risky falling right in front of the goal 2 times. Kachow's playing this one very slow. Fortunately enough for the Kings, Blubbernut is able to get in there and kind of get a save on that, at least a little bit.
See, and I'm not sure, going back to that Kings offensive effort there, if Squiddy was bumped into the net, but that was the kind of pressure that I was talking about. You have your first man up, Haz was there, ready to pass it back, and you just had Squid at the mid, but he somehow ended up in the net. So I don't know if he got bumped, but that was a great defensive effort if he was, as this is now pushed. Squiddy coming off the wall, up to Haz, but it gets blocked back by Von Rabbit. Von is met with the challenge by Blubbernut. Blubbernut's coming off the ceiling, but this is going to be a 50. And this one, it might just go. It's over Squid. No, it's a little wide as Squid is able to stay patient and take his time to field this one. But Blubbernut will be there to clear this one up to Squid, or himself, actually, rather, as Squid turns off, so you got to see the comm work.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout-out here to Waffles, who is just playing his heart out here tonight. Great passes I've been seeing from him up in the offensive end. He's definitely a good team player, setting up a lot of shots for his 2 teammates, and very mechanical in his own right, getting up and beating a lot of players that I was not expecting out here. Like Squiddy and Blubbernut himself.
Yeah, for sure. And you got to think that's got to be the effort and time that he is spending with his new team. And you got to think they must be practicing and taking time to find that rhythm to be able to come out and play as well as he is right now. Definitely love to see the improvement. And also, you got Blub here fielding with the flick, not able to get the touch he's looking for. Von Rabbit popping this one down with a 50. This one is going above the net as Squid sends this one. Haz is going to meet it there as he pushes this into the offensive effort. Is Von Rabbit going to be able to push this one back? And he is, as he's able to get a touch to make Haz awkward.
Yeah, the Gold Diggers are getting some really good touches out here. They're winning a lot of 50s. I think that's one of the big things, is they are just not letting anything through. And what a save by Kachow. A good shot there by Squiddy is read, very well here by Kachow. He's going to send it all the way down to the defensive end, and that shot may be on a goalpost, and then Blubbernut with the save. Very chaotic few seconds here for us, at least, and for the Kings.
Yeah, but I will say the Kings are looking a lot better than they did in last game, and an unfortunate miss there by Von Rabbit as that net was all but open. I mean, he got it. And there it is. Waffles, as you're talking about him just a minute ago, is able to get a touch off the roof of an opponent's car to send this one in.
What a pass by Kachow. You saw how slow he was working with that to drop it down to Waffles, and what a touch, just straight down in the top corner. It's going to bounce in, and I know Waffles is very happy about that one. Love getting goals in this game, especially in the QRLS. Everyone loves getting goals, especially goals like that. And, with that passing play, it's always possible that something like that gets into the top 10 goals of the week. But what a shot by Kachow, taking it right from the corner and just banging that in to the goal. And, coming off the pass from Waffles, like I was talking about earlier, just the overall team plays of the Gold Diggers is working very well tonight.
Let me just say, this is looking very reminiscent of a team that I remember from last season that were 5-10 going into week 6 that made the opportune pickup of Kachow in the trade with the Cyclones, and they finished the season on a 14-1 run. This could be an opportunity for Kachow to have a repeat season here with the Gold Diggers. If they're able to sweep tonight, they would be all but starting that in process, in transition, and they would be looking much more lethal, and they already do.
Yeah, Kachow seems to have a kind of a pattern of, not working so well in the first half of the season with a team, and then kind of just going ham in the second half once those playoff moments kind of come around. So you have to wonder, maybe next season we'll see another Kachow trade, kind of, forcing another team to kind of pick up that playoff ability. And like we were talking about earlier, Pickle, it's funny how these last couple seasons seems to be revolving around where Kachow is standing quite a bit.
It certainly does. And exactly true, Massamune. You can't trade a captain. I was just going to say that. As Kachow, the future captain, pops another one into the net.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that one. It slipped my mind on that. But yeah, Kachow, future captain, really showing himself out here tonight with another goal. And with 45 seconds left, it looks to be nothing but over here for the Kings. It looks like we are going to be seeing a Gold Diggers win at least 2-1, if not a sweep here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to need Kachow to slow down. I'm running out of nice things to say about him at this point. So we have Kachow coming in, getting this one out of the corner, but this one is back up, and Haas is there looking for the double touch, but Squiddy D is there, popping one in to start the process of bringing this team back. There's 24 seconds in a 1-3 game. Are you telling me there's a chance?
It definitely is, a great play there by the Kings. What a pass to Squiddy there, and, he's able to read that and kind of squeeze that in into the goal, past the post, and with 24 seconds left, they're going to need a kickoff goal here if they have any hopes of getting a shot. And what a hit by Squiddy. He's going to send it down, but unfortunately for them, Kachow is the one that's back, and he is not letting anything through right now. And it looks like the Kings' goal is actually a little bit open with 11 seconds left. It is possible we see a fourth goal here from the Gold Diggers.
We very well may, or could the Kings just try to get one here for good measure, just to try to keep that momentum up after finally getting their goal here in Game 2. But this one is on, and that'll do it. That's goose eggs on the clock, and Gold Diggers are going to come away with the series here, and they have an opportunity to attribute this skill to the sweep, and you gotta know they are hungry for it.
Yeah, definitely are. A sweep is something the Gold Diggers have just not been able to get this season, I believe. With a little bit of a rough start, like we were talking about earlier, a sweep is definitely going to be welcome here for them tonight. It'll definitely give them a decent standing in their league. It'll take them or in their division. It'll take them from the bottom of their division to tied for second if they can get this win here in the third game.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, there's an error with the points. I'm just kidding. Your channel points are coming right now. I know how you guys get. You guys are animalistic. I will make sure you get your points right now. But we have Game 3 coming up very soon, and this is looking spicy as the Gold Diggers have an opportunity here, like we said earlier, to reinvent this division. As if they can come away with this next one, they will be ahead of the Speed Demons, and they will be making the long trek back to the top of this division. And I said it once, I will say it again. This is looking very reminiscent of last season.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, even if the Kings get swept here tonight, they still keep their position at the top of their division, I believe. So they definitely still want that win to, give them another number, another win over any other team in their division, especially interdivisional matches. But a sweep is not going to be, entirely devastating here for the Kings tonight, but still something they're going to be.
It's not, but a sweep against a division opponent, that is tough to come back from with the weeks winding down and coming down to it. I know in our division we have just 2 more division matchups from my team coming forward, and that is going to be some of the nitty-gritty that we're going to be looking forward to as Kachow puts this one up, and this is going to get 50'd back by Blubbernut as Blubbernut's looking for a demo, not able to get it. He scooted on Kachow's car.
Yeah, he wanted that one to open up the goal a little bit with the demo, and with oh wow, what a save by Squiddy D on that shot from Waffles. Waffles wanted that one. He's been working very hard out here on offense, and a great shot, a great follow here by Haas to kind of bring it all the way downfield. It looks like the Kings are a little bit more aggressive here in the third game.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I think that's exactly what they need to do. Like we were talking about before, they need to have a more prominent first man with a more dedicated second man to just go in and just have that challenge. But what you don't want is this right here with a triple commit, as that was a devastating opportunity for the Gold Diggers to take one.
It was, and unfortunately they just could not make use of it because Blubbernut did play that very well, kind of bouncing it away from them. And, Kings are having a decent bit of control over the ball here, playing very patient. Good hit there by Kachow to kind of send it back, but Blubbernut was definitely waiting for that one, definitely ready. And a minute and a half into this game, it's still pretty even, which is a lot different than what we were seeing in earlier matches.
Yes, it is. As at this point, the Kings know it's all or nothing. They need to get one here. You don't want the Gold Diggers to be just one game behind you after this division loss if they get swept. And you don't want to fall to that, because this is an opportunity of a team that is going to go forward and maybe take the division over, as this one is going in off of Waffles, and he's able to get a 1-goal lead here for the Gold Diggers, starting this one 2 minutes in.
Waffles just wrestling it by 2 Kings members. Perfect positioning for Waffles here, coming into that offensive play. I think he's one of my favorite players here tonight that I've seen out here on the field. I enjoy watching him quite a lot. and seeing him kind of work his way up through the ranks and getting all of these plays and goals. It's definitely fun to see these kind of new members into our league getting, a lot of stats in, getting a lot of play time. Overall, just loving the new Gold Diggers.
Yeah, no doubt. And I want to give a quick shout out to Mimsy with gifting 2 Tier 1 subs. And I just want to say that we have a little bit of a competition going on in the subs here, as it seems to be a flow between Mimsy and his teammate Crocs with Socks as to who keeps rivaling the lead with who has the most. And Crocs with Socks has come out and made a statement here in this one that he will gift 10 Tier 1 subs if somebody hits a flip reset in this one.
It's the 10 subs flowing over from last game where Slurpee could not follow through on the double touch. It looks like he saved those ones and is looking for somebody else to do something fun, give us a highlight. And with the Gold Diggers standing as they are tonight, is definitely possible that Kachow goes for some kind of highlight here. So somebody out there, get that flip reset, get us those 10 subs. We love to see Crocs with Socks coming in with these subs. He seems to do it almost every time I'm commentating. I love to talk about it, but overall, love his efforts here in the community.
We're talking about 10 subs, and he just gave up 5 subs, so it's turning into a little battle there in the comment section. So Crocs with Socks popping off 5 subs to regain that lead. 26-22 is Crocs with Socks, as I am enunciating the rivalry in the discussion, as Kachow is taking the ball, and he is looking for it, but gets the touch. Going forward, but they are now back in their own end. But Blubbernut has something to say about that as he pushes that one. But Kachow is there to field this one, popping forward. And let me just say that this one is so much different than the last one, and it makes you wonder, what's the difference between the Kings and this match and the 2 that they just played?
Yeah, it seems like, they kind of just took the time and figured out, what they were doing wrong. And they kind of read how the Gold Diggers were playing, and they kind of just figured out what they had to change, kind of how they played. They could figure out how to work around it, and they didn't sub out Has. They kept Blitzer off the field all night, so these players definitely are used to what they have been going against here with the Gold Diggers. So you have to just assume that after playing against them for 2 games, they just kind of figured out their play style and were able to work around it. And that's what happens a lot of time. Is that the later 2 games are when teams really start to show themselves because they were able to figure out kind of what play styles work best for them. Unfortunately for the Kings, they don't have the time left to win this, and with 10 seconds left, it looks like they may not have time to avoid the sweep.
Yeah, it's looking all but certain here as this one is going to come up off the wall. They need a big play to keep this up, and they will not. And that will do it here, folks. The sweep goes to the Gold Diggers and their new toy, Kachow, as they were able to secure a huge win here in this one. And I'm just saying, this could become a repeat performance week to week if I know Kachow and the motivation that he brings to a team and what they want to do with it. That's a tough one there for the Kings, not being able to pull out a win, and that is going to make this division just that much tighter.
Yeah, and a very interesting game. Nobody in here was able to top 250 points, which is very odd considering how much was going on in this game. It was overall, very close. There wasn't many goals. There was only 1 goal actually by Waffles, who was leading the Gold Diggers this round. But very interesting to see, how little was going on this 3rd game.
I know, and just with how explosive the first 2 were, but honestly, the lesser points of the game make it more exciting because you really just don't know what's going to happen. You love to see the Kings able to pull that one down to a 1-0 at least, and they looked so much better in that 3rd game. But I think that they still have a few weeks here in the season, and there is nothing that they can't do if they don't put it to it. And they have the team to do it as well. They just came up against a team that had their number here tonight, and they forfeited the sweep.
Yeah, they definitely did. It was a tough night here for the Kings. And, it is interesting. We have seen 2 sweeps here tonight. Both of the games we have been through did end up in sweeps. So very interesting kind of 6th week here. Rolling into the 7th week with only 3 weeks left. Sweeps are going to be, I would assume far-fetched, very, not so often because how long these teams have been running together. But then again, teams have been working very well. A lot of chemistry going into this is going to lead to them being a little bit more, friendly with each other, a little bit more used to each other's play style. So, with 3 weeks left, we're really closing down on that clock of standings.
And it's getting to it, and that is going to be all we have here tonight for you. And please tune in tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. We have Astro taking on the Rangers, and that one's going to be big with the way that Vibe Clan got swept here tonight. Astro has an opportunity to be that second up team in the division, but if they are to get swept, it would be a 3-way tie in the division between them, and it would all but separate the pace of play for the Bleacher Boys going forward, and that's going to be an exciting matchup to say the least. Night Leaper, I want to thank you for joining me here in the booth. As always, it was a pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to too, please feel free to check out our Discord. If you have an interest in joining the league, check us out on Facebook. Just look us up. We're out there. We're easy to join. Fill out a player form. Get your opportunity with the next season with the expansion coming with the 4 new teams. Anything is possible. And I just would like to, from the QRLS, wish you all a good night. And as always, keep it quick.